They said it was impossible to achieve 20/20 vision in just 7 days. They said it was impossible to jump a full prescription point in just 10 minutes. And to do it all 100% naturally? Yes, they said it was impossible. Well, guess what? The impossible is here.
Just gone from -4 to a full 20/20 vision, and it literally only took 7 days.
I went from a -6 to perfect 20/20 vision in just 7 days. And man, the world has never looked more beautiful.
This is incredible. I went from a -6 to a -5 in just 10 minutes.
Welcome to the greatest scientific breakthrough in the world of eye care in 100 years. The future is here. And the future is called the Quantum Vision System. Restoring vision at the speed of light.
Close your eyes just for a moment and really experience what I'm about to say to you. I promise it'll be worth it. As your eyes close gently, I'm going to ask you to imagine something. Imagine you were blind your entire life. Imagine that the darkness you see now was all you ever saw, every single day, since the day you were born. Imagine living every day with the heartache of knowing that you're missing out on the basic pleasures of life that everyone else has, but you. Now imagine that one day you wake up and there's some kind of change. Your eyes feel different, somehow in a way you can't explain. It's something you've never experienced before. You blink a few times, lo and behold, you actually can see something for the first time in your life. It's so strange and so new that you're not sure what's happening. You begin to realize you are seeing the wooden table you've been resting your food on your entire life. You look the other direction and say, wow, these are the apples I've been tasting since I was a child, and hey, that's what red is. Then there's water, which you just watch as it streams out of the tap. You never could have imagined how that would look, how pristine. It's all so beautiful you can hardly stand it. Tears well up in your eyes, because everything you've tried so hard to understand is now real and right in front of you for the very first time. And then a thought hits you. You realize that even though I was living all these years, I haven't really lived at all. Not until today. Today is really the day I was born. It's almost like my first birthday. Now stop imagining. Open up your eyes, because you're not blind. However, you're about to have a rebirth, just as great as that. Today, and in fact right here on this video, you will have your first birthday. Because today is the day your God-given ability to see the world perfectly is about to be given back to you. And not the perfect vision that's been artificially constructed for you by a cumbersome pair of glasses or a high-intensity laser. The vision you're going to get back will be your vision. The vision you may have had when you were a child. Remember those days when you could see absolutely everything? When you could run, jump, roll over, and swim without a worry in the world about your vision? In this video, we turn back the clock and reclaim that joy that we had then. But before we can leap into this new era of vision restoration, you're going to have to be prepared to leave behind everything you thought you knew about vision correction. The information you've learned until now has not helped you. That's why you're here. You're looking for something different. Well, let me ask you, is this different enough for you? Guaranteed. Perfect 20/20 vision for anyone, no matter how strong your prescription is, in just 7 days. Working at it only 2 to 10 minutes per day. You may believe that's possible, you may not, but at least allow yourself to ask, what if? What if there really was a program that could create 20/20 vision for me, completely naturally, with no artificial intervention, and do it in just a week from now? And what if that program allowed me to do it just by following a few simple, soothing, fun, and easy instructions? Steps so easy a child could do it. If you had that system and you implemented Dr. Lexington, Virginia, and I'm the creator of a new scientific breakthrough called the quantum vision system. And I've discovered a new scientific breakthrough. Some would call me the most controversial optometrist on the scene today. I never sought to be controversial. All I sought was to find a way to uphold my oath, to do no harm to my patients. And I came to realize, as many optometrists do, that the glasses I was prescribing on a daily basis were doing more harm than good. As is common among optometrists, about a third of patients who walked into my office walked out with glasses. And nearly every annual eye exam I would do, I would find my patient's vision slightly worsened or drastically worsened without fail. Anyone with a brain can see the connection. It's the dirty little secret every optometrist knows, but none care to talk about. But don't get me wrong. Most of them are good, well-meaning doctors. Many of them are supporting me in what I'm doing right now. They just aren't as prepared as I am to risk everything to sound the alarm on this industry. I respect that. But personally, I couldn't keep doing what I was doing anymore. So I closed my optometry practice and opened my own clinic that practices, in my opinion, real optometry based on the quantum vision system. This is a practice unlike any in the world, in which, instead of prescribing glasses as a knee-jerk reaction, we actually address the underlying problem and repair it. We take eye exams, and then we heal the eyes within days. And then we keep taking exams until their vision is perfect. It's all thanks to this scientific breakthrough, which I call the most important optical breakthrough in 100 years, because it truly is. I'd like to share with you a riveting little story which explains why. Tom Howell actually lived on my block. He was a longtime patient of mine. From the time he was a kid, he was branded Coke bottle eyes. From the age of 12, he already had a -9 in one eye and a -11 in the other, with a significant astigmatism. He used to call himself the human mole. Felt like he was just buried under the ground. Throughout his life, he became a darling of the optometric industry. He had it all. Contact lenses, contact lens drops, driving glass, reading glasses, sports goggles, progressive lenses. He had a pair of glasses in his briefcase, a pair of glasses in his car. LASIK said he wasn't a candidate, so there went that. And even with his gargantuan lenses, he was still having trouble reading signs. He came to me fed up, burned out, tired of showing up to meetings looking like he'd taken drugs, just because he ran out of contact solution. Tired of being told the bad news that his prescription was going up again. And then in that evaluation, it did. In fact, I noticed his vision had deteriorated more than usual. I asked him for another visit in a month, because it was a little disconcerting to me that he lost vision so fast. After several monthly visits, it was clear he was now literally losing his eyesight at a rapid pace, scarily fast. He was in free fall. The case kept me up nights. I was afraid he would be legally blind in a few months. I referred him to ophthalmologists who could find nothing wrong and had no answers. I wanted to do something for him. I didn't know what to do, but it had to be something. So, in a bit of a Hail Mary move on my part, I started to do something we were told not to do in school. I started to turn to alternative therapies. I thought even if it didn't work, maybe they could give me something to do with Tom that could at least give him some hope. The alternative therapy I stumbled on was a book by William Bates about eye exercises. He claimed to be able to restore 20/20 vision naturally. Now, in school, they explained to us that Bates's research doesn't pan out according to the most recent findings in the science of the eye. They said that his methods had been debunked and were generally ineffective. But Tom was depressed and scared. And like I said, I just needed to give him something to do that would give him some hope. The Bates method was new to me, even more new to him. So in this case, I couldn't just tell him what to do. I made sure to do it with him so we got it right. Once a day, I asked him to come in for an hour at no charge. It would be our little experiment. I tested him regularly to see if I could find any changes occurring. There were no changes. The professors were right, I thought to myself, but we kept on going. After a few weeks, I realized something, that although his vision wasn't improving, it wasn't getting worse either. His test showed his eyesight was deteriorating every single week since before the exercises. The exercises were effective enough to stop that deterioration. This was actually a real victory. We celebrated it, and it proved to me something even more important, that the Bates method, even if it wasn't effective, did at least have some beneficial aspects for the eye. And maybe we could build on that. Tom had lost a lot of vision over the last few months, and while we stopped the bleeding, I felt the need to also heal the wound. I had another patient around this time. He was a molecular biologist. I asked him if he'd like to try something a little different this visit, and he complied. This was perfect. I wanted to practice on patients with a scientific mind who could possibly guide me to some solutions to make this better. We went into an in-depth explanation of the biology of the eye, and I explained to him what I was doing. I said what's working and just asked him if he had any suggestions. He actually had some fantastic suggestions from a unique perspective. I did this with several other patients, some professionals, some more mechanical, and even children who might ask for suggestions on how to make it more fun and easy to do. With all of this input and real-life testing of my methods, things improved steadily, and I started to see results. Tom actually gained half a prescription point. He was over the moon about it. I took what I was doing to another optometrist, took him to a bar and said, in the light of modern findings about the eye that weren't available to Bates, how do we make this really work under the new finding? We brainstormed for about an hour. What came out took the method to a completely new level. I began to realize that my colleagues, each with their unique specialties, all had something to add to what I was doing. I took the method to 5 more. They were all looking for something like this and had their own ideas on how to do it, but didn't because it just wasn't done in optometrist offices. One particular ophthalmologist said there's someone very special I must meet on this topic. This was a quantum physicist doing work for the military using very experimental methods based on quantum physics to recalibrate eyesight quickly for soldiers who were losing their vision. Well, this should be interesting. I flew out to meet him that weekend. I started asking him questions, and his knowledge of the eye was at a completely different level, the quantum level. Listen, the reason I stopped you is we're conducting a little experiment with eyesight.
Oh, okay.
And we believe that with some new technology that we've developed, that we can improve your eyesight permanently in just 10 minutes.
10 minutes.
Yeah, that's right. Only 10 minutes.
Well, I guess it's worth a shot.
So, Dana, we began your exercises at 10:15. It's now 10:25. So, how do you think it went?
It was kind of relaxing, to be honest. I didn't want it to stop.
Well, that's what a lot of people say. But what's really important is if it was effective. Okay, let's test your vision now and see if it made a difference. Now, you stand over here, and I'll stand over here. All right? So, Dana, what's the lowest line that you can read?
DEFEOTEC.
That is exactly right. You got every one of them right on the lowest line, the one you couldn't see before.
Wow. I can't believe that. I've never been able to read that line before.
Excuse me, sir. I'm sorry. I don't mean to bother you. My name is Dr. William Kemp. I'm an optometrist. That's my office right over there. I wonder if you wouldn't mind just giving me 10 minutes of your time?
Oh, I'm sorry. I don't have any time.
Well, now, just a second now. It's only going to be 10 minutes, and I think that you're going to be able to lose those glasses at the end of that 10 minutes.
10 minutes?
10 minutes.
Okay, I got 10 minutes.
Okay, what's the lowest row that you can read?
FELOPZD.
Congratulations. You just went from a -9 to a -7 in 10 minutes.
No, I didn't.
I'm afraid you did. Congratulations once again.
Well, that's insane.
Excuse me. How are you today?
Okay.
Good. Hi, I'm Dr. William Kemp. I'm an optometrist. My office is right over there. Well, you just went from a -3 to a -1. Congratulations. You won't be needing those glasses anymore.
Wow. Wow.
Excuse me, sir. Hi, I'm Dr. William Kemp. I'm an optometrist. How are you?
I'm fine, yeah.
Good, good. Congratulations. You just went from a -10 to a -7 in 10 minutes.
No way. You can't be serious.
You've now seen it with your own eyes. And as you can see, it's pretty simple. This is the biggest scientific breakthrough in eye restoration in the history of vision correction. And now let's watch a few videos that were sent in by very recent users of the program.
I was a little skeptical. After all, I was -8. I tried exercising before. I was about ready to go for LASIK, and I had the appointment set up and everything. And then my wife says there's this course online that I should. She says it's got a guarantee to give you perfect vision in just 7 days. So I had him hold off on the appointment, and I gave it a try. By day 3, I was -4. By day 6, I was -1. This is like a whole new lease on life. I get to see the face that I haven't seen since I was a child. You know, I am telling everyone I know about this program, and they're getting great results.
Hi, I'm Reese, and I'm a AAA baseball player. I heard about the quantum vision system from a friend, and I started using it in the middle of the season. Guess what? My batting average is up from 248 to 301. I actually have a real shot at the major leagues now. I know this is totally due to the laser-sharp vision the quantum vision system gave me. Dr. Kemp, I can't thank you enough for sharing this system with the world.
Hi, I'm Lisa, and I'm a school teacher in a public school in Selma, Oklahoma. And I recently used the quantum system myself and was able to completely get rid of my glasses. And I noticed that there were a lot of students in my class who were having trouble seeing the board, so I thought, why not teach the quantum system there? I mean, some of these kids weren't ready for glasses, so everybody can benefit from clearer vision, and the results blew me away. I had 2 students who were already wearing glasses, and they don't need them at all anymore, and now none of my kids are squinting to see the board. It's really been a miracle in this classroom, and I'm recommending it to all of the other teachers. Thank you, Dr. Kemp.